Ever stop to think about how a couple of simple words could actually shape the future of an entire country? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to explore. This amazing link between, the basic building blocks of language and how they're used to build a massive nationwide plan. So let's get right into it. Think about it. You've got an idea, right? It could be anything, a project, a personal goal, whatever. How do you make it feel bigger? How do you get other people to really see it, to feel it, and most importantly, to believe in it? The answer, and you might be surprised, it's actually pretty simple. It really just comes down to the words you pick. The right words. The ones that paint a picture, that add the details, and give your idea a real clear direction. Okay, so let's check out our basic toolkit here. We've got adjectives, which tell us what kind of thing we're dealing with, and then we have adverbs, which tell us how something is done. These little words, they're the ones that fill in all the important details. Right, so using these words to describe, say, a small house or a fast car, that's easy enough. But what happens when the scale is just massive? What if you're not describing a car, but a vision for the future of millions and millions of people? And that right there brings us to our big case study today, Egypt Vision 2030. We're going to break down exactly how this huge national strategy uses very specific, very precise language to lay out its goals. So at its heart, Egypt Vision 2030 is basically a roadmap. And I want you to really pay attention to the key words here. It's a long-term plan for sustainable development. The whole point is to improve people's lives in a way that's both fair and balanced. And trust me, these are not just buzzwords. These are the actual guiding principles for everything. The whole vision is built on three main pillars: the economy, society, and the environment. And what's really important here is that this isn't three separate plans. No, it's a holistic approach. It's all built on this idea that you can't have one without the others. A strong economy, a fair society, and a healthy environment, they're all deeply, deeply connected. Okay, so let's see where the rubber meets the road. How does this big, high-level idea actually turn into real-world action? How do these pillars become actual projects and goals that you can, see and measure? Let's take healthcare, for example. The goal isn't just more healthcare. The vision is super specific. It's high quality and affordable healthcare. And those two words, they completely change the game. They set the bar. That's the standard. And check this out. This is a perfect example of the plan in action. A huge public health campaign was launched called 100 Million Healthy Lives, and its whole purpose was to get out there and proactively screen people from major chronic diseases. And the scale of this is just wow. I mean, think about that number for a second. Over 60 million people have been screened. That's not just some number on the page. That is a massive, powerful demonstration of the commitment to that goal: high-quality, accessible care for everybody. And you see the same kind of really specific, directional shift happening in education, too. The whole system is moving away from just, rote memorization and moving towards the skills that actually matter for the future: creativity, critical thinking, problem solving. We're not talking about a small tweak here. This is a complete philosophical overhaul. And you can literally see this ambition in these massive national projects. We're talking about a brand new, high-tech capital city designed to ease congestion, one of the world's largest solar parks pumping out clean energy, and a huge expansion of the Suez Canal. These aren't just ideas. They're concrete, massive actions. So this is the crucial part, right? How do you connect that big, overarching vision with these very real, concrete actions? Well, you do it with language. Let's bring this all the way back to our good old friends, adjectives and adverbs. Just look at how this works. The adjectives, they describe the kind of future we're talking about. It's not just healthcare, it's high-quality healthcare. It's not just energy, it's clean energy. And then you have the adverbs, which tell you how it's all going to get done. Projects finished quickly, citizens served efficiently, and making sure everyone benefits equally. See? This is what it all boils down to. These words are not just fancy decorations. They create a very specific, measurable target. It means you can actually ask the question, is the healthcare we're providing both high quality and affordable? And if the answer is no, well, then the goal hasn't been met. Simple as that. And it's the exact same thing with the actions. The Suez Canal expansion wasn't just a project. The fact that it was finished quickly is a huge part of the story. That one little adverb tells you so much.
It communicates a core value of efficiency and sheer determination.
So if there's one big thing to take away from all this, it's this. A powerful, truly achievable vision absolutely needs clear, descriptive, and intentional language. The words aren't just describing the plan, they are the plan. Okay, so how can we take all this and actually apply it to our own lives? Because whether you're leading a team project, putting together a business plan, or even just mapping out your own personal goals, these exact same principles of using clear, intentional language totally apply. Think about it like this. Any strong vision needs a clear structure, right? A roadmap for the idea. You got to start with a hook that grabs people's attention. Then you state your main idea, your vision. You back it up with details and examples. And finally, you wrap it up by summarizing the impact. This basic framework for getting your idea across, it works for everything. So here's the bottom line. It doesn't matter if you're trying to inspire an entire nation or just explain a new idea to a friend. It's the specific, descriptive words you choose that make all the difference. That's what turns an abstract thought into something real, something people can actually grab onto. And that really just leaves us with one final question for you. Think about your own goals, your own big ideas. How are you going to describe them? What kind of future are you going to bring to life with your words?